It's really good to see you all. So I hope that you've all been out and been in the sunshine today. I certainly have. I've walked across the car park to the cafe. It's a very nice walk. Lots of love from all of you that have ever been to the lodge. You'll know where I am, which is our Snowdon Hall, which is one of our teaching rooms here. So hopefully you are quite familiar with where I am. And if you haven't, then after this is all over, you can come and join us here in the mountains of Snowdonia. It would be wonderful to have you here. Okay, so wonderful. What I wanted to share with you today is something that is really dear to my heart, and that is about something called contentment, okay? And a couple of years ago, I was designing something called Drew Dance. So thumbs up if you've heard of Drew Dance before, hopefully all of you. Because Drew Dance is one of my favourite passions in life, and it's movement, so it's Drew Yoga but done a little bit faster and with a bit more zeal. And it's something that I absolutely love. And a few years ago I developed a dance called Santosh, and Santosh means, in the Sanskrit translation, it means contentment. And I just wanted to read to you the translation, because Sam comes from the Sanskrit meaning complete or together, and Tosha, which is the other half of Santosh, means contentment or acceptance. So it actually means the fullness, if you like, completeness of being completely together. And when you actually think about that, it's quite a powerful concept. And what I wanted to share with you today was a little bit of movement work. So just whilst I'm talking, if you need to clear the coffee table, you don't necessarily need your mat, but you definitely want to put down your phone. You want to prop it up so that you've got both hands available so you can do a little bit of movement, okay? Now, Santosh comes from one of the forefathers of yoga called Patanjali. Now, he created these incredible Patanjali Yoga Sutras, because he wasn't just interested in yoga on the mat, he was interested in yoga off the mat. Who are we as people? And one of the observances, or the, the rules or regulations that he came up with, or suggestions, if you like, was something called the niyamas. Okay, now all of you who are yoga teachers will know about the niyamas, and this particular one is the second of the niyamas, Santosh. And Patanjali says, by practicing Santosh, one gets incomparable happiness. Now, I don't know about you, but I could definitely do with some happiness, let alone incomparable happiness. That sounds a really good idea. Because what Santosh means is that you are feeling totally content within yourself. There's no kind of external pushes or pulls. You're not kind of yearning for something that is really hard to get hold of inside of yourself. In this moment, you are content with who you are and how you are. So hello to everyone that's joined in the last few minutes. I hope that you're doing really well. Obviously, you'll be able to watch this back, because if you miss that word Santosh, then you'll really start to understand. It's that sense of fullness. And particularly at the moment, when we are a little bit unstable in ourselves, coming back into the present moment is actually a really powerful thing. Coming back into a sense of fullness is a really powerful thing. So I'm going to show you it on the mat. You can join in, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so I'm going to step back, find yourself a little bit of space, and bring the hands in towards the heart center, okay? And in Drew Dance, rather than having your elbows down by your sides, you can open up the elbows and you're pushing the palms of the hands together. That's wonderful. And then turn those hands down towards the floor and open your heart center. So some of you who are Drew teachers will be really familiar with this. We often do it at the beginning of a sun sequence. So from here, you open up. And as you pull the hands back towards the diaphragm, lift your sternum and look up towards the ceiling. And this is really good for opening up Anahata chakra, your heart center. Turn the hands and sweep them round in a wide arc, all the way around. Backs of the hands coming together, soften your knees, cross at the wrists, and then drop them down towards the floor. Okay, and we're going to do that again. So hands come down and open up, sweeping round, soften the knees, drop the head down, and then uncurl. One last time, drop down and open up the heart, lift through the sternum, slight backward bend, open the arms wide, sweeping round, drop the head down, Drop the hands down. And now lift those hands up. They're crossed at the wrist. You lift up as high as you can. Sweep the arms wide. And we're going to go all the way down to the floor. Lifting all the way up. Uncurling, uncurling, uncurling. Beautiful breath of Arjuna as the arms come out wide into an arch. Beautiful crescent, if you like the crescent moon. And then we lift those hands up into a lotus mudra above the head. So the heels of the hands, little fingers and thumbs. And then draw those hands down and in, into Namaste, back at the heart. Seems simple. Can you remember it? Okay, let's do it again. So you drop the hands down, lift through the sternum, open wide. So your heart center is open. Open the back of your heart center as you come forward. Drop the hands down and then lift up. Uncurl. Full breath of Arjuna all the way to the floor. Uncurl. Opening up into the beautiful full moon, which represents fullness. Purnam. Okay, lift up into the lotus. Again, opening yourself to that feeling of vision and contentment as you close that fullness into the very stillness of your heart center. Good. And then one last time, dropping the hands down, lift through the sternum, breathe in, breathing out, extending the arms wide, crossing at the wrist, lifting up, breathe in, out breath, down you go. Full movement, settling into that place where you feel that fullness of contentment in the form of that moon. You can visualize a full moon in between your arms. Good, raise up, leading with the wrists into that lotus, and then closing the bud of, down from the flower into the bud of the lotus, back down at the heart. And just pause for a moment. You can allow the hands to drop down by your sides. Just take 3 deep breaths as you allow yourself to settle into a place of deep inner stillness and contentment. Allowing the breath to settle and allow yourself to rest in this moment, because that is what contentment means. It means that you're not being pulled into the future, you're not being distracted by the past. In this moment, you feel a sense of stillness and fulfillment. Good. Now, for those of you that are just joining us, you'll be able to watch this back, but gently open your eyes, coming back into the present moment, and really feeling that sense of contentment filtering through into your life, and hopefully that brings with it a sense of gratitude and maybe even a sense of joy bubbling up through your body. Now, for those of you that are interested in how to make this beautiful body of yours really strong and really healthy, I wanted to make sure that you know about a beautiful event that's happening tomorrow night, okay? So this is just for those of you that want to learn a little bit more about your immune system, but also how you can work with it in a yogic way through Ayurveda. So tomorrow night, Annie Jones is going to do a full masterclass on how to boost your immune system by using Ayurveda. So that might be something that's really of interest to you. And if it is, keep a look on the social media. We're going to be putting out some links to it later today. Now, for those of you that are on our Drew Professional Network or are part of our online yoga studio, it's half price, so it's only £10. For the rest of you, it's $20, but believe me, it is totally worth it. You're going to be there with a replay as well, so you can watch Annie back, and she'll give you a lot of guidance about how to boost your immune system. So if you're able to join us tomorrow night, please do so. And we'll obviously be here on Instagram every morning at 10 a.m. I have heard a rumour that on Thursday, Rita is going to come and do some pranayama with you, the science of breathing. Now, she is one of the founders of Drew, so if you're up for it on Thursday morning, you can come and see her live. And on Thursday evening, we have another live stream yoga class. So do keep in touch with us with Together at Home. And remember, you can go to drewyoga.com/together at home, and you'll find everything that we're up to live online. I hope we're here to support you, and I hope that you've really enjoyed this little bit of dancing first thing this morning. So have a wonderful day, and really looking forward to seeing you very soon. So take care, and bye for now.